Hi, my name is Adele Etheridge Woodson, and I'm a film composer and violinist. I'm really interested in combining traditional sounds that we're used to hearing and then warping them in a way that's new, kind of like if I recorded my violin through a delay pedal. So today I'm super excited to be walking through Rast Sound's Choir Boutique library because it takes vocal sounds that our ears are used to hearing and then morphs them into a totally new color and textural idea that we can use in our scores. So let's dive in. Okay, so I've got my contact pulled up and I can see here that there are a lot of options. So the interesting thing about Rast Sounds boutique libraries are that they combine two different layers. Now you can see here that we have the opportunity to solo certain ones, so you don't have to layer it, but I think that's what makes it so unique is that you can layer it. And again, going back to this idea of something our ears are used to hearing and then transforming it into something completely new and interesting. So I'm just gonna dive in to what first pops up. We have Choral Dreams and World Choir. Cool. So I'm just gonna kind of look through here. There's a lot of really interesting things that I want to try, like, let's see. I like that. D8 choir. Let's see. Kids staccato. Cool. So I like that we have options for, you can see there's epic male. And then you also have kids. So it's a pretty versatile library with different timbres and voices that have been sampled. Let's see. I want to try choir FX. Huh. Okay, so you got a lot of cool little textural things you can throw in there. Cool. So it looks like in addition to a lot of the layers of voices, the engine gives you some options to further enhance the sound however you may like. So I really like that there's a lot of options for me to fully customize the sound that I'm looking for in whatever project I'm working in. So in the bottom left, I know that this is reverb presets. So I'm going to try Giant with, I'm going to not solo this, I want to layer them. Let's try female cloud. Yeah, so you can really hear that's a lot of reverb. I'm going to change the width. Lower the reverb amount just a bit. Right, so that even changed a lot. Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to keep that reverb there. I understand that there are a lot of other options here too. So for solo, I know that if I click this legato button, it makes it a little bit more realistic of a legato. We all know as film composers and producers that choir sample libraries are very easy to sound fake. The interesting thing about this one is that it doesn't sound like a traditional choir, so you can kind of get away with it, but I'm always a fan of more realism than less realism. So here it is, female cloud soloed with the legato button clicked. Versus not clicked. Okay, so you can really hear the difference. Even with that giant reverb on, I definitely want to keep this legato clicked. Big fan of that. So let's keep this soloed and I'm just gonna mess around a little bit. I'm gonna see what tuning does. Okay, cool. I just played John Williams without even realizing it. Harry Potter is just always in my subconscious. Okay, so I'm just going to dive into writing some sort of piece. I think I'm going to start with a more ambient atmosphere and then maybe fill it out with some type of percussion instrument. I like that. I like that a lot. I'm going to filter that a little bit. Okay. I definitely want those bass frequencies in there to fill out the space. Let's try broken tape. That's definitely more of a cool effect one. That one kind of reminds me of what Daniel Pemberton did for the villain in Into the Spider-Verse, like a cool, like broken tape sound. Clearly, you can see that film composing is mostly just us sitting at a computer and messing around with sounds for hours. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go for it. So I'm gonna start with some type of ambient padding and then maybe figure out what type of melody I want to be floating above it. There we go. So now I have that bass pad that I was looking for. Now I want to bring in the melody. Let's try female cloud. Okay, I like that one. Keeping the legato. Bring it up in the mix so it's a little bit louder. Cool. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through some other presets and I'm going to create more of a layered idea, and I'll come back when I have some more sounds to play with. Okay, so after just some time to mess around with it, I think I've got the basics of the track that I'm looking for. So I do have this choir section, which is more legato. Add that with the ambient pad I did at the start of it. Also, just for a little bit of extra high quality, a little sparkly quality, I used a different Rast sound library called Calm, and it's kind of like just like a mallet instrument, just at the start. So that sounds like this. But I knew I wanted something else happening in there with some type of more exciting rhythmic motif. So I started with the thermionic. I soloed it, and that's what this sounds like. Just on a loop. I then doubled that with the Reveal Sound Spire library to give it a more fun electronic feel. So that's what this sounds like. Then, of course, you can't have electronic without some type of sub bass. So I again used Reveal Soundspire for these subs. Nice. Now, to finish it off, I actually wanted to use a Rast Sound plugin called Juicer. So I want to juice up the bass frequencies here with the subs, increase the juice. Nice. I also want to do it with the choir, just give it a more wide feeling. It's just a little bit of an extra special thing to put on top of your tracks. I think it works really well combined with Isotope's Ozone to give it even more of a punch. And that way your track is really filling out that sonic space. So all of that together sounds like this. Thank you so much to Rast Sound for inviting me to play with this library. It's super fun and I can't recommend it enough to other composers and producers. Thank you.